Hello, hi, I'm Alex from Carrotaychop, and this is a house building video. I already did a voiceover for this a couple of weeks back or something like that, but the microphone got messed up somehow, so I lost all of that audio, so I have to do it again now. I sort of rage quit after I realized what had happened, so yeah, I took a longer break. But this is a kind of big family home, but it doesn't look like one from the outside, which is why it's called Hidden Depths. I don't really know what to say about it, really. More than I wanted to make something with a basement, because I hadn't made any basement basement things. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's New Year's Day, and I obviously didn't sleep as much as I usually do, so today is my tired, so I'm not able to speak day. But obviously I'm speaking right now, so I can speak, I just don't want to. Sorry. But yeah, I hadn't used the basement tool before, so I wanted to try it out and see if I could do something fun with it. I've never lived in a house with a basement. I have friends who have lived in houses with basements though, and I always thought it was kind of cool somehow. Like, wow, you've got rooms under the ground. I don't know, I was a weird kid, okay? I thought it was kind of neat somehow. But yeah, obviously I'm just working out the layout and putting in all of those pools with the windows to let in some light in the basement, but in a kind of different way. I don't know if it's actually all that amazing. If you had pools around your house, like small pools that you can't use, but there were windows to the basement, wouldn't you be afraid that one of the windows would break and your entire basement would be flooded? Because when I'm at an aquarium or something, I always look at the glass, and I know it's glass that's made for aquariums, that's thick, and this can it won't break from the pressure, but I always get nervous. I wouldn't want to be in a basement full of windows out to pools of water. I don't know, it freaks me out. When my brother was like in his early 20s, and I was a teenager. We lived in the same house still, and he got like a bunch of aquariums with lots of fish, and it smelled. Like, he kept them clean and everything, but it still smelled, and it was kind of boring. But he had this one, like, really big one, and I was always worried that it would break and flood the entire kitchen. But it didn't, obviously. It still freaked me out a little bit though. And one time, or maybe several times, like, there was a fish that would flop out in the small space, because the top was also covered with like glass panes, but with little corners cut off to let in air and stuff. I don't know. But some fishes would flop out of the aquarium, and you'd find them on the kitchen floor, and they just flop around. And I was so worried that like I would discover them dead. Yeah. I've got a very complicated relationship with water. I like water, but I'm also terrified of it. Even swimming pools. Like, I sort of almost drowned in a swimming pool once when I was little. I'm sure I wasn't all that close to drowning, but I was a dramatic kid, okay? And when you're like 4 years old, even a second feels like a minute, especially when you're underwater and you can't get up to your feet. But my mom saved me, so yeah. And that was in Denmark too, in a swimming pool in Denmark. So I've got a complicated relationship with Denmark now as well. No, I love Denmark. It's a beautiful country. So yeah, I've got some friends in Denmark as well, so I'd like to go back. But yeah. So this is obviously the kitchen, and I was trying to get the layout to work out and have like fun stuff, like a microwave in the kitchen, because microwaves are good to have. Like, I'm not good at cooking, or more like I can't afford good ingredients, and I don't have the patience or energy to cook every day. So I end up eating a lot of like fast and easy food. Just warm it in the microwave and it's done. Maybe I should eat more healthy food, but as I said, it's expensive and I can't afford buying like a bunch of fresh food that will like spoil right away. And it's so annoying, right? When that happens, you like buy so many vegetables and you eat vegetables for a couple of days, and then suddenly you go to the fridge and you open it and you realize that the rest of the vegetables have become rotten, and then you have to throw them away. So yeah, I get a lot of canned vegetables and frozen vegetables. This isn't interesting to listen to for any of you, I'm really sorry. But I'm just kind of going with whatever pops into my head right now, because I don't know, I'm not good at focusing at what's actually happening in the video. I mean, you can see what I'm doing. There's really not all that much to explain. But I was super excited to find out that that shelf made it possible to put like stuff both on some of the lower shelves and on the top shelf. I know some other bookshelves have spaces for stuff like on lower shelves, but they're almost always too small to actually get anything in there. That sounded kind of wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah. So having the opportunity to place stuff on the top of the shelf is really good. Like on top of the bookshelf. And here I made this sort of little study area in the kitchen because the kitchen was really empty and I wanted to use as many of the things from the kitchen stuff pack that was released around the time I built this house, which tells you how much time has passed since I actually built it to the time that I'm making this video, especially with the audio recording messing up a couple of weeks ago, so it's even later than it was supposed to be. But yeah, cool stuff, coolio. Oh, this house is really green. I don't know why, I just felt like having a lot of green and minty colors for the furniture. Lately I've been really into green things. I think that green is a super pretty color. Mostly the darker greens though, like forest greens. They're really pretty. But red is always my favorite color and it will always be my favorite color. And yeah, like that. I put in a red chair talking about how red is my favorite color. It's always been my favorite color, but green is up there among the colors I prefer for furniture and fabrics and stuff. I don't actually have a lot of green stuff though. I don't know if I have any green things. Oh well, I've got one wall in my bedroom has this forest green wallpaper with a tree and bird pattern, and it's beautiful. So that's the real green thing I have in my apartment. So there you go. And here I'm doing the upstairs bathroom, which is way too big. I always make bathrooms too big and then I don't know what to put in the bathrooms. So yeah, I've got that problem. And I try to make the bathrooms look different each time in different houses, but then they all just kind of end up looking the same anyway. Yeah, I'm not really good at that. Or it's like you don't have much choice in the matter when you build in the Sims. You have to use what's given to you, and it's not always you know, really the best with color swatches and the choices in furniture, and it's kind of difficult sometimes to decide what to do. This is a really dark bathroom, but it's big enough to be able to handle the darker colors. Like if you have a little like 4x4 bathroom or something and you have all dark floors and walls and like furniture, then it will look a bit too dark. It'll be like sitting in a dark little cell. In the house I grew up in, we had this half bathroom, which is, you know, just a toilet and a sink. But it was super small, and it had red floor, a really dark red floor, and a really dark red and black wallpaper. And as I said, it was basically you just took one step in and sat down on the toilet, and that was it. So you were in there, and there wasn't really good lighting in there either. Or lighting is maybe the right word, not lightning. Lightning. Get struck by lightning while on the toilet. No, the lamp in there was like worthless. So it was dark and cramped, and I often found spiders in there. Obviously crawling really close to me, because everything was close to you in that bathroom. And yeah, good memories, good times. I still preferred to use that bathroom instead of the bigger bathroom with a bathtub and counters and everything like that. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love red so much, or because I felt that no one would like try the door while I was in that bathroom. Yeah, I don't know why I liked it more. Except for like weeks after I found a spider in there, because then I changed the other bathroom. But then I'd find a spider in there and I'd change back. So basically every time I find a spider in a room, I avoid that room as much as possible for the coming days or weeks, sometimes depending on if I could avoid it or not. We had like 2 separate levels in that house, but it was just like one part was completely ground level and the other part had like a foundation that lifted it up from the ground a bit. So there was this like really small stair with 2 steps down into the lower part of the house, and down there, making it sound like it's a real basement, but it's not. It's all above ground. But we had a laundry room with a shower, which was the shower we used. We pretty much never used the bathtub in the bathroom. Well, not for showering anyway, because then water would be all over the bathroom and that's not good. But anyway, yeah, there was a shower there, but the bad part was that it was like so moist and so dark, because the laundry room also had dark red and black wallpaper, but a different pattern. And the floor was, I can't remember what the floor looked like. No, the wallpaper was red and white, but there weren't any like bigger windows. There was one window and it was one of those clouded windows that didn't let in much light, and the garden was like full of trees and bushes and stuff, so there wasn't much natural light to begin with. But anyway, where I'm going with this is that there were always these huge creepy spiders in the laundry room, and I would like 99% of the time be the one to discover these spiders when I went to shower or get clothes or whatever. And one time I stepped out of the shower, I grabbed my towel, I wrapped myself in the towel, everything was fine. But then I looked down and saw one of the huge spiders crawling up the towel. I screamed. I threw the towel off of me and ran out in the small hallway outside of the laundry room and shouted for Mom to come kill the spider for me. And yeah, I'm still super phobic of spiders. To this day, I'm actually kind of worse. I can't even take care of any spiders bigger than like, I don't know, just if they're big enough for me to see their legs in detail, then that's just nope, I'm out. Which is kind of awkward while I'm living alone. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. My mom has actually during the summer there were a few spiders in here, and I got my mom to get on her bike and get to my place to take care of these spiders for me. Yeah, I should probably be able to take care of them myself, but I'm just no, can't handle it. Anyway, this is a teenager's bedroom I'm decorating right here, and the pale green room next to it is the master bedroom. Always have a tough time deciding which rugs to use, and yeah, it's a struggle sometimes, or all the time. I'm making sure I don't use the exact same rug in more than one room, because I'm kind of, I don't know, like, people in real life don't actually buy more than one of a rug, do they? Unless they're like neutral rugs that are just like one color. Like I haven't seen anyone have more than one of the same pattern rug. But I haven't been in a lot of people's homes, and I haven't really been looking at their rugs all that closely. So yeah, like who does that? Who goes to people's homes and just looks at their rugs? Like, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with doing that, but I'm just not one of those really observant people unless it comes to spiders, because then I spot them immediately. But yeah, like I don't notice. Whoops. That was my phone. Sorry about that. I got a text from my mom. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't really look closely at people's furniture or rugs or curtains or whatever. Like, people apologize to me like, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't cleaned lately, and I'm like, well, you should see my apartment. It sucks. It's the worst when it comes to the cleaning stuff, that is. I mean, it's a great apartment, but it's got cat fur in like droves all over the place. Even if I clean the floors quite often, it just ends up being like full of cat hair immediately. I've got fluffy cats, okay? They're Maine Coons, and they shed a lot. I don't know if they shed more or less than other cats. At least the fur tends to like fall off in tufts of hair, so it's easier to clean up than those cats who like shed a lot in like just single strands of fur all over. But yeah, my clothes are always covered in cat hair too, like little lumps sort of cat hair, because it all rubs together and becomes one big lump. It's almost like preparing sheep wool to make yarn. Yeah, it kind of looks similar, because even though my cats aren't gray, but the fur, like the thicker fur underneath the coat, is that fluffy gray stuff, and that's mostly what you find everywhere. I don't know, I can't really explain it all that well, but apparently I moved on to some landscaping, which means that we're close to the end of the video, I think. I'm not good at landscaping. Like, I'm not good at many things, but I'm especially not good at landscaping. But I made a proper pool as well, and not just a little window pools. Because imagine that your house was surrounded by these little pools that are worthless for bathing in, but you don't have a proper pool. Yeah, not so fun, right? I've always wanted a pool, but obviously I can't have one. Because even though I have a backyard, it's not really mine. I'm just renting this place. And pools are freaking expensive and sorta high maintenance. And yeah, that's not my thing. Not my thing. A barbecue outside, that's nice. I actually don't like barbecued food, but that's kind of because I don't like steaks, and that's mostly what my family barbecues. Or sausages. I don't like sausages either. So yeah. When I get invited to parties that are like for yeah, in the summer with barbecues and they've got vegetables to barbecue, I'm like the happiest person in the world. Like finally I can eat something without feeling sort of icky afterwards. I'm not a vegetarian, I just don't like steak or sausages. I don't know why, I just don't. Oh my god though, grilled salmon is like the best! Grilled salmon with like grilled mushrooms. I want it right now. I want to eat it. But I don't have any of the things needed. And also it's the middle of winter and freaking cold, so I wouldn't barbecue even if I had a barbecue, which I don't. And probably never will, because I'm afraid of fire, like really afraid of getting burnt. And I get burnt real easily, even when things aren't actually all that hot as other people tell me, but it's hot for me. I get burnt by lukewarm stuff. It's a problem. Oversensitive. At least my skin is. I don't know if I'm oversensitive. Maybe I am. But yeah, we're coming to a close on this video. So screenshots. Looking back at it, I can see so many things I wanted to do differently maybe. And improvements I could have made. But overall, I think it's pretty neat. And sort of like, yeah, it's a family home that doesn't really look like a family home, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, I'd never live in this kind of place. I live in cramped little spaces. I don't know. That makes me sound like some sort of creature that only comes out at night, and yeah, maybe I am, but probably not, because during nights I sleep a lot. But yeah, that's it for this video pretty much. So if you like this video, please click like and subscribe and watch more of my videos so I can get motivation to make even more and more and more and more. Anyway, I'll go now. Bye guys.